Hey there, Project Sekai fans, DAsonicfan here with an exciting update and a little bit of a low energy one because I usually take a nap around this time nowadays, but that's besides the point. Let's get right into this video. If you didn't already know, Project Sekai has been announced to release on December 7th for the yen versions. Also, apparently it released on September 30th for the Taiwanese version, but I mean, that's old news now, so I actually did not know about that. I'm getting a little off topic. The game is finally releasing for the Ian version, and anybody who has played the Ian beta, now, there you go. If you didn't know, now you know. Or if you follow the Twitter, I will leave a link in the description for that, or even if you're on their Discord, especially if you're on their Discord, you will be informed on that. Also, follow my Twitter as well. I will be sharing information about the game and other random nonsense there if you want to check it out. So give it a whirl. There's nothing really new that I can talk about for this because I made a video on this a year ago. I had gone over this trailer before, or at least I believe so. So I'm gonna have to look back at that. My memory is a little fuzzy. Okay. I don't know how to speak the English language. But in the comments, why don't you guys talk about which team you're starting off for first? I cannot decide between Vivid Bad Squad or, I was about to call them Roselia, 25th Chord at the 25th, Night Chord at the 25th hour. Oh, geez. Or 25th Chord works. I'll go through all the stories, but I'm still deciding who's gonna be my first band to start with. And also, don't mind the traffic outside. What I can talk about, actually, is the timelines and what I feel like will be happening with the game, as since it's starting in December, we might actually be having to play a little bit of a catch-up with the Japanese version, or they might be trying to fit in as much as they can into December as possible before we get into the new year, or before they can get us onto the timeline that the JP version is on, because obviously we're gonna have to skip like a few events, well, 2 months, I guess. Yeah, 2 months, forgetting that it started on like September 30th, so we pretty much were done with September by that point on the JP version. Here we are on the Project Sekai event timeline from the Colorful Stage wiki page. Please give them a look, support, whatever you can do for them. Looking at this, Stella After the Rain, which follows suit with what we're already used to, especially with the beta, is going to be the first event, and actually originally fell on my birthday. I did not realize that. See, this will be like the first event, most likely, right? But then we also have to have about a week or so time for the game to come out, unless they start us with an event right away. See, gacha games usually start you off with a short period of letting you try out the base game content before they start adding events and all the other business that they might put into the game to ease you into the grind slowly, I think. But there are a bunch of games that have sped up the process. There's this game Black Clover that came out, and they were trying to catch up everything to the JP schedule when the game released globally, and they pretty much rushed through a bunch of events, and there were like constant events and nobody could roll for anything. The same thing happened with 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross for the global version. They're kind of playing catch up with the game, and there were just events back to back to back to back. No one really had enough currency to roll for everything. I think the same thing kind of happened with Fate, but I'm not too sure. I think that was like on the Korean server. I do not remember, but I digress before I say like any more buts. Each event lasts about 9 days. As you can see, it goes from the 9th to the 18th, 20th to the 29th, right? I'm assuming we'll have like, say, 5 to 9 days of a grace period to let everybody get into the game, get used to everything. Then we'll have Stella After the Rain, and then if it goes well, I guess we'll skip all the way to like the Christmas event on a holy night, this singing voice, and then we'll do the Sekai Happy New Year, right? Because they would definitely want to like get these. Although, see, I can't really tell you if there's like a chronological order. I know there are some events that seem to like continue off of each other, right? From what I've read before, especially like some of the recent stuff that I've seen on JP, unless I'm wrong. But that's what it felt like to me when I was reading some of the stuff. But I've only read like 1, 2, some of this and the Happy New Year one. Oh, and this too, but this was like outside of, you know, the first quarter year, right? Unless they do something like speeding up the events. So say like this event will be 5 or 4 days long, but then it's easier to grind up everything. They'll just be rushing us through this, and then we'll get at least, instead of like 3 events, we'll get like maybe 4 or 5 events before the end. This is also going to go in line with the fact that they said that they're going to have a special tailored timeline for events to happen on the EN version, as saying that this game is already like skipping 2 months of content, so we have to play catch up. Like I said, they could speed up the events, and you're going to be lacking in some currency if you don't put in the money. While there are ways, you are kind of limited. Now, if they add some more systems to start off with, that'll be helpful. They could make it so that story is available for everybody, right? Like how they did for the anniversary on JP recently. So that everything's available to you for this much, or just first 5 or 10 chapters are available for the story for everybody so that they can get stuff. The other thing they can do is just give us a boatload of currency. That would be the best thing. They would rush through events, but then they would be giving us so much currency that we would at least come out with like 3 or 4 or 5 stars. This game's gacha hurts me. And I will warn you guys, this is a gacha. Please spend wisely, carefully, and make sure it's something that you are able to afford. I actually do not know whether or not I will whale in this game or not. I don't really feel the need to put down money for rhythm gacha games, pretty much. For other games, maybe. But for rhythm games, I kind of just want to play the rhythm game. So I don't know about everybody else, but for me, that's how I am. I don't really care too much about my score because I can barely make through some expert songs at the moment. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it for now. Hopefully you guys are excited for the game as much as I am. I am very excited to go through the story again. Yeah, and also, if I didn't mention it already, let me know what team you're going to start off with. I still cannot decide between Vivid Bad Squad or Night Court. So maybe you guys can help me. I also do kind of want to start off with Leonid like I did on JP again, but I want to start fresh, right? And Vivid Bad Squad and Night Court have like the most interesting stories for me at the moment. That's pretty much it for now. Hope you guys like this video. Leave a like and a comment, and with that, peace out.